When souls are won, they are discipled. Those days they taught us win, build, and send. A man is not yet won until he too starts winning others. So you win, you build, and you send. If you study Acts 19 from verse 1 to 10, the disciples Paul met in Ephesus. A point came, I think in verse 9. Take me to verse 9. He met these disciples in Ephesus. He preached to them. God did great things with them. And then a point came. Other strange people came in to corrupt their minds. And the Bible said Paul took the disciples aside. He said, but when divers were hardened and believed not, but spoke evil of that way before the multitude, he departed from them and separated the disciples, disputing daily in one school of tyrannus. So he separated those who believe and he began to educate them. Because if you don't disciple them, a point may come, they will meet somebody that will preach a strange doctrine to them and they will lose their fire. This is why some people have lost their fire of prayer. This is why some people have lost their fire of going out to win souls. This is why some people have lost their fire of giving for the kingdom. Because there are many people who are not productive in the kingdom. All they are doing is to discourage those who are productive. You start praying, they say forget. All these Christians praying every day. Now prayer we go chop, and those things enter your soul. After a while your prayer fire dies. You are going out every Saturday to win souls. They say, see you, beautiful girl like you, see what you they do. Must you behave like this? And then you allow it, your fire quenches. This is why you hear messages like this. Let nothing kill your passion. See, stand in that market, shout Jesus, let people laugh. The day they are in trouble, they will remember that evangelist. I'm telling you, because no message preached by the Holy Ghost will fall to the ground. It must produce result. It may not produce result when you are around, but be rest assured it must produce result. And when you give, don't allow anybody sit somewhere, cross his leg on the internet and tell you you are brainwashed. It didn't begin with you. They did it from the days of Moses. They did it from the days of David. They did it in the days of Jesus. They did it in the days of the apostles. It will not stop with you. Jesus collected from poor people. He collected from widows. He collected from beggars. Every category of person he collected. If you have enough faith to give, give. The poor widow gave 2 mites. Jesus didn't say, Kai, this one don't have money, leave her. Hope you know the church has a program of helping widows. Hope you know the church has a program of helping beggars. But they too must learn to exercise their faith in giving, so that they will come out of it. Because until you engage the covenant, you cannot be empowered. It's a program. You disciple people. Look at what verse 10 said of this scripture. And this he continued by the space of 2 years, so that all they we dwelt in Asia heard the word of the Lord, both Jews and Greek. So Paul was mentoring them daily for 2 years. You now see that what we are doing here is a joke. Can you come for service every day for 2 years? You understand how rigid their mentorship program was. Sometimes Paul is teaching overnight. Somebody will fall down and die. They will pray for the person and continue till morning. Why do you think their Christianity was so solid? There was discipleship. If we must win souls, we must have discipleship programs, so that everybody is established in doctrine. And finally, when you have discipled them, you must have a program of placement. Let everybody preach. He said he has given all of us the word of reconciliation. I've never believed in this philosophy of one man of God sit down and there are 30 pastors. 15 pastors are in front and people are sitting and feeling important that they sit on the front row. Which front row? All of us will go to the field. Your stature in the kingdom is not about where you sit. It's about your impact in the life of men. Somebody can sit on the last seat and be greater than everybody in front put together. I've never, you come for a conference, there are 40 pastors on minister seat. Nobody is deployed. And then you'll find jealousy, you'll find gossip, This one is insisting. I was supposed to take the announcement, but Pastor B came and took the announcement. When souls are going to hell. Are you not aware that the market is a platform? Are you not aware that where you are working is a platform? Are you not aware that the school is a platform? How big is this platform? How many people am I talking to here? It's a shame on any Christian who fights for position in church when the whole world is dying. There are 2.3 billion Christians in the world, but there are 7.7 billion people on earth. So every Christian is entitled to winning at least 1 million souls. You are in church fighting for seat. Some people come to church, they don't give them the right seat, they are offended. Can you imagine? I went to there, they embarrassed me. They dishonored me. What is the dishonor? They didn't let me sit in front. Is it that they don't know me? They didn't recognize. I don't know that your church is well. Shame on you. How many synagogues did Jesus sit in? He went from city to city, from village to village. If they don't give you a chair here, go to a village, put a chair, sit there and preach. The Bible said women receive their dead back to life. Those are the things that should trouble you. How can there be women that had the power to call the dead back to life? I've been in the church for 15 years. I still have not prayed for 5 people who are healed of headache. What kind of Christianity am I practicing? That's the thing that should trouble you. Nehemiah was a servant in a palace. He won the king. Daniel was a politician in Babylon. He shut down the nation. Joseph was a prisoner. He rose and conquered Egypt. Everywhere they found themselves, they took over with the gospel. It's a time will fail me to speak of Gideon, to speak of Barak, to speak of Jephthah, to speak of Samuel, to speak of David, Samson, and the prophets. He said, who through faith subdued kingdoms. They shut down kingdoms, obtained righteousness, shut the mouths of lions, quenched the violence of fire. He said weak men were made valiant in battle, and he said they put to flight the armies of the alien. How can you be comfortable when such testimonies were written? He says some of them in the face of deliverance, they rejected it that they may have a better resurrection. And he said they wandered from forest, from mountains to desert in sheep clothing. And what were they doing? They were voices for their generation. That was how John came. He said, I am the voice of the one crying in the wilderness, prepare a way for the Lord. That's how they were known. Paul said, henceforth know we no man after the flesh. What dimension do you represent? The time to fight for honorarium, fight for chair in church is over. Men must be known after their heritages in the spirit. Men must be known after the dimensions that they represent in the kingdom. And this is not a prerogative of apostles and prophets. He said, and they went out. Everyone that went out, he saw signs and he saw wonders.